Welcome back to Les Schwab Tire Center's Outdoor GPS. Now it's real time, sponsored by the Mill Casino.
Now it's turkey season. Yeah, I know we talk a lot about chasing fish around, and this time of year, that's very appropriate. But Austin Moser from Austin's Northwest Adventures, typically we're talking fishing with him, but today we're talking turkey. And if you like to hunt on the east side, doesn't matter if it's Oregon or Washington, this information will be relevant for you. Austin, first things first, it's great to see you this morning. But tell us about how the beginning of your turkey season has been.
You know, it's been really good. We got some private property that we're hunting and things like that. And so there's a lot that goes into turkey hunting, and it's not all just during turkey season. So we're out there scouting, looking for the best properties, trying to get the permissions and all the different things that it takes to be able to have day in and day out success on these turkeys. And it's a lot of fun. I really enjoy getting out of my boat and doing some of this hunting stuff. And in the fall, that's what I do. Like mid-October, I quit fishing until December, and I just do a ton of hunting and just getting out of that boat and having some fun. So.
Well, now, is this relatively new for you to be guiding for turkey? I mean, last year, how long have you been chasing turkeys professionally with your clients?
You know, we've been guiding turkeys a couple of years. I've been taking friends and family and things for a long time, but last year we decided we would give it a shot, see if we wanted to do it as a business, and we had some great success with it, and I enjoyed it. So we went ahead and did a bunch more trips this year, and it's been going really good so far.
Well,
so.
tell us how the turkeys are reacting and acting right now where you're hunting over on the east side of Washington. Where are they at in their cycle? Are they already on nests? What are you finding, and how easy is it to still get those toms to react to your calling?
You know, they're pretty talkative in the morning time. And that's pretty typical of turkeys. They're paired up a bit, but a lot of jakes running with the toms still, and a few hens, and they're just following around those hens. They're paired up, and one tom will have 2 or 3 or 4 hens that he's following around. And if you can fool those hens into coming into your spread, that's where you're going to have some turkey success. It's hard to get those toms to come in, but if you can get his hens to come in, then you're gonna have a chance. So that's always the deal.
Well, yeah, getting some live decoys certainly helps out. And that leads me to my next question. When you're hunting over there, what's your style? Are you sitting behind decoys? Are you running and gunning? How do you like to go after them?
It just depends on the groups. I've had a lot of first-time father and son hunters come out that have never hunted before, and definitely had never killed turkeys. So when I'm in that situation, if the kids are pretty young, I get everybody to wear camouflage, but turkeys are super wary birds. If a turkey could smell, it would be really hard to kill one.
Yeah,
so their vision is very good. Their hearing's very good, and they're a very wary bird. They're sneaky. So they'll work through the sagebrush or wherever you're hunting, just kind of looking, and all of a sudden you'll just see a head sticking up, and you're like, oh boy, there's a turkey right there. And so what I do with the kids is I got blinds set up, and I get kids into the blinds, and we start our morning in the blinds. And if we don't have success in the blind, which most of the time we do, if we don't, we'll kind of narrow down where those birds are, and then we'll try to do a little bit of a stalk on them, try to move, you know, a couple 100 yards closer or 100 yards closer or whatever that number is, and then see if we can get them to come. Sometimes just changing your position a little bit will get them more receptive to your calls.
So as you go forward, it's obviously getting not late in the season. You're only a couple of weeks that are into it, but you still have a couple of weeks more at the very least. As you go further on into the season, will you change your tactics at all as when you're referring to actually hunting them? I'm assuming that you're still going to be scouting to find out where the birds actually are, but will you change any of your tactics?
You know, kind of. You know, when the birds, I changed my tactics on how the birds react. So one day I put out a hen decoy and 2 jakes, and sometimes those toms will come in and be real aggressive towards those jakes. And then other days I'll have a spread and they just aren't really receptive to that. And lately I've just switched it up to just 1 hen decoy, and they've really come right in on that. And sometimes aggressive calling early in the season has been a little bit better for me, but now that the birds are kind of henned up and things like that, they've already got their girls with them. they're not trying to go out and really fight to get more. So a little bit more subtle on the calling and working on trying to get those hens to come to me versus trying to be super aggressive with a tom decoy or a strutter decoy and trying to get that tom to come down there and beat up the decoy. So.
Okay, makes sense. A little bit like elk calling, where you get into the situation where overcalling could be a detriment to you, maybe getting their attention and just getting them curious by being a little bit quieter.
Exactly. Yep.
Okay.
And
so
calling at those birds when they're in the trees, letting them know where they are when they're still on the roost in the dark, can be really helpful, because they key in on where that hen is, and they're wondering, is that my hen? I don't know if that's my hen. And so they'll sometimes fly right out of the roost right into my decoys.
I love that. I mean, that's just, yeah. I mean, literally, and you know that, and anybody, if you hunted turkey in the past, if you can get them to come right out of the roost and just land, that's just a great feeling when you know that you're in a pretty good situation. Just don't miss. Okay, so for the folks that might be interested that do hunt on that side of the states, would you say that it's been a good year and the population's solid?
Yes, I would say the population is very solid. We have lots of turkeys over here in Eastern Washington, and you know, they're having good success with breeding, and we're having new birds every year, and it's just a turkey mecca kind of over here. We get people coming from all over. I had people from Wyoming, Mississippi, Pennsylvania, all these guys that are wanting to come and do these slams, and the Merriams are on top of the list, and Washington State has some really good ones.
And if you're watching, everyone, if you have that opportunity, if you've ever been interested, especially if you're a Washingtonian or from Oregon, or from Idaho, for that matter, if you're watching over there, good morning to you. Look up Austin. Yeah, he can get you into some fish in the right season, but it's turkey season. Go do something a little bit different if you haven't done it before, or if you chase turkey everywhere else and you want to get that slam like what he's referring to. That is a good way to do it. Any room for people while this season still goes, or are you booked up until the end?
We're pretty much booked up. I got a waiting list right now of guys that if we get cancellations, we're going to fill them in, and we're kind of taking some reservations for next year right now. It's just a ton of fun, and we really want to get these kids out here. I want to focus on getting kids out there, and it's been a lot of fun putting them on birds, and we just appreciate doing it. I had a 10-year-old boy have a big tom fly right over the blind, land right in front of us, and he shot it with his 410 right in the head. It was perfect.
Yeah, dude, those are memories that'll last forever and probably keep him chasing turkey and helping with turkey issues going forward. Austin, as always, man, thanks for spending a few minutes with us with that beautiful background. That's his backyard, everyone. Yeah, so don't feel too bad for Austin. He's doing all right. He's definitely enjoying where he's at. Austin, as always, man, we appreciate it. We look forward to talking with you. Maybe a little fishing next time.
That sounds great, man. We're going back and forth from the boat to the bushes. So
I get it.
You have a great day, Owen.
Thanks, man. Good luck. Be safe, okay? All right, we're going to cut to a quick break. We're going to have our Chevy Silverado Tech Tip of the Week. It's basically a one-year update on how things are going. We're going to make it a quick segment. Then we've got Jack Glass from Team Hookup Guide Service. He's actually on the water this morning chasing spring Chinook with clients. And just to give up a little heads up, they've had a little success already this morning. We'll be back to that in just a minute.
Outdoor GPS is brought to you by Chevy Silverado and the impressive Turbo Max engine. Flex your muscle with the strongest, most advanced Silverado ever. Official truck of Outdoor GPS.